What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today, once again, comes from the Resurgence Brewing Company, and they are out of Buffalo, New York, and this is their Flats and Drums Pale Ale. So this is a pale ale with honey. It comes in at 5.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review, and this can is just over 2 weeks old. So apparently Resurgence has been working on brewing a beer that pairs perfectly with chicken wings, aka buffalo wings for you non-Buffalo New York folk out there. But they said they have done it. They've done it with this beer. So on the label here, it says beer designed perfectly to balance spicy chicken wings. And I believe they first released this one right around the time that the 2024 National Chicken Wing Festival was taking place here in Buffalo, which was a couple weeks back. By the time you see this, maybe like 3 weeks ago. I think it was on Labor Day weekend. I believe it was Saturday and Sunday of Labor Day weekend. I am not reviewing them here with chicken wings because I review beer separately. I don't pair stuff on my channel. However, if you're curious and you're in the Buffalo, New York area, I believe they say throughout the fall, every Saturday, you can go and get a pour of this at the brewery and they'll give you a free chicken wing and a side of blue cheese. No ranch. No ranch. We don't drink ranch. We don't use ranch with chicken wings here in Buffalo, although most places will be fine with giving it to you, but it's the whole shtick, right? You got to have blue cheese, not ranch. Anyway, now the question I asked you before I review this is, are you a flats or drums person? I'm flats all day. Now, I'll eat some drums. The chicken wings are delicious, but give me those flats. Let me know in the comment section what your preference is. But anyway, I'm really curious about this one. It's just a pale ale. I'm sure it's going to be hazy, and they're brewing it with honey, so a honey pale ale. I'm here for it. And I wonder if this is going to be something they keep like year round. Be curious if they do. We got the hashtag proper glassware. So let's give it a bit of a pour here and see how this goes. So pour it into the hashtag proper glassware. Trying to get, it's not that hazy. I thought it'd be a lot hazier. I'm okay with that not being super hazy though. All right, first sip, I'm all right with it. So anyway, yeah, I mean, that does have some haze. First things first, we got in the hashtag proper glassware. Okay, it's looking beautiful, I think, in the proper glassware, if I'm being honest. It's looking really nice in, yeah, I've had this Resurgent glass for 10 years. Something like that when they first opened, a little bit after. But yeah, I think that looks really nice. Now, if you want to see what it actually looks like, it has this nice like straw golden color, a little bit darker, maybe like a honey. That's honey in there, like a honey golden color. Hold up to a light. Now, you can see the shadow on my hand, but you can't make out individual like fingers and whatnot. So it has a gentle haze to it. About 1.5 to 2 fingers of this really nice, creamy, soap sudsy looking head that is dissipating a little bit. But man, this looks like a nice pale ale. I'll be honest, it just looks like a nice pale ale. So I'm going to get a nose on it. What? Well, you can tell it's a pale ale. I'm getting this biscuity, bready kind of malt character, almost like a little bit of a crackery tinge. Definitely has a pale ale vibe to it. And then I'm getting citrus. Lemon. Like a lemon lime vibe with like a little bit of like orange. Maybe more tangerine. Interesting. So there's a touch of like a grassiness, like I'd say more floral, like a floral grassiness as well from the hops. I'm not really picking up on honey, but this does have a nice kind of, the aroma has a nice, I was going to say sweetness. Again, you can't smell sweetness, but it has what I would think is going to be sweetness on the palate. It's probably from that honey. Maybe that floral thing is kind of in combination with the honey. So kind of like a floral honey note in the nose. It smells damn nice. It doesn't smell amazing or anything, but it smells pretty nice. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. I see what they did here. Oh. That finish is cool. So first things first, you can tell that this is not like an IPA. It's not super hop forward. It almost has, to me, a little bit of like a lager-esque feel to it. It's very clean, very clean. Body's like lower side of medium approach and medium 5.5. I'm fine with it. The mouthfeel, a nice moderate carbonation. It's crisp on the palate, very refreshing. I say crisp, clean, and refreshing for sure. So again, it's very lager-esque in how it's hitting me on the palate, but it is a pale ale. First things first, forefront, I'm glad I said crackery malt, because it definitely has a crackery, almost slightly biscuity malt character, more so than ready. It dives underneath the palate, omnipresent, and then sneaks on the back of the palate. I'll tell you what happens on the finish in a second, but the finish is really cool and what kind of makes this beer nice for me. After that, I get generic citrus, so orange or tangerine, a little bit of lemon lime. And then midway through the palate, again, why I'm thinking lager. It has, again, a little bit more of an orchard fruit. And I get orchard fruit in a lot of different lagers, typically whether it's an apple or a pear. Here I'm getting like a nice like white pear. That's kind of what I'm getting like halfway through the palate. On the finish, that floral grassiness thing hits, but as I said a couple seconds ago, that biscuity kind of crackery malt hits me on the back of the palate. And it does have this nice like lingering floral honey like biscuit thing happening, and it's really nice. And I could see this. This is like a step up from a lager. So a lot of people just crush all kinds of lagers with chicken wings here. Here in Buffalo, if you're going for like a macro lager, Labatt Blue is king in the Buffalo, New York area, and people just drink tons of that when they're eating wings. Pairs perfectly. Any kind of real macro lager goes well with hot spicy food, especially wings. This, I think, could supplement something like that for somebody who's a craft beer drinker or maybe wants a little bit higher in ABV and maybe a little bit more flavor. This is definitely more flavorful than those beers. A bit more expensive as well, I'd assume, but it just has a nice flavor, and I think it would really cut that spicy, character from whatever chicken wing you're gonna have, assuming you're eating spicy wings. They say specifically to pair this one with spicy wings. 5.5%, you really can't tell. Yeah, this is like an elevated lager, even though it's a pale ale. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this one. It drinks really super easy drinking. And yeah, I could drink a couple pints of this, eating some wings and just having a good time. So I'm gonna pour the rest into my glass because I'm gonna finish this probably very quickly off camera, and hope that I had some wings. I don't have any wings. Now, I'm hoping that if I go to some wing places, that somehow Resurgence is able to get this into certain restaurants, because maybe I'll head up there, soon at some point in the near future. I'm going to have my new camera working and do some on location. Maybe I'll contact Resurgence, see if I can do an on location there, and it'd be fun on location at the brewery to pair this with some wings. Since I've done the review now it'd be cool to see it come full circle and say, hey, they said to pair it with wings, and they said it even works with blue cheese. Like I said, not ranch. They didn't test it with ranch, but blue cheese. So yeah, Flats and Drums Pale Ale from Resurgence. I'm going to give this a straight 4 out of 5. Like, this is just well done. As a standalone beer, this is nice. I don't think many people would probably dislike this one. Like, is it the most flavorful pale ale I've ever had? No. But I think the honey brings a nice distinct character. I think it's very well balanced. It finishes with this mild bitterness. It's more dry than bitter on the finish. Has this nice like drying kind of like floral sensation. I would say this finishes semi to full on dry with a mild bitterness. That's where I put this one. And I like the can and everything. I think it's just really well done. I did look. They have the QR code. I did look at that, and basically just tells a little bit about the beer. And yeah, so if you get a can of this and you want to look up the QR code, do so. It has a little bit more information than you typically find from Resurgence products. So yeah. Anyway. 4 out of 5. Solid, damn solid honey pale ale. Price point availability, I paid $2.99 for that can, and I believe 4 packs were $11.99. So I didn't have to pay any more than what they would sell if they just broke up the 4-pack and didn't upcharge, which I thought was cool. And I also saw them at Wegmans, same thing, $11.99. So that's a good price point, $3 for a can. I'm fine with it. And then availability is Resurgence. Pretty sure they're only in Western New York. But if you can get your hands on Resurgence, they might get some distro in like Ohio and PA. I don't know. Fucking just listen. I do the whole price point availability, and half the time I don't know what's going on. Go to Resurgence website. If they have a beer finder, check it out. Go to their Instagram. You might see their stuff if you're close to New York. So Ohio, PA, maybe like Connecticut, Massachusetts. They might get into those regions, but I do know they're in New York State. And if you're in the Western New York area, very easy to find their stuff. They have their downtown brewery. They have stuff all in like Wegmans, Tops, the whole nine. So if you want to check this one out, though, probably have to go to a bottle shop of some sort. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. If you've had this one before, post in the comment section. And once again, flats or drums? I need an answer here. If you eat chicken wings, I need to know flats or drums. Flats all day for this guy. Flats for the win. I'll fuck up some drums. Flats is where it's at. All right, I'm going to shut this one down. Check back next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is going to be from Steuben Brewing Company, their Oktoberfest, the only Oktoberfest beer that I'm reviewing from West New York Brewery this year, and I hope it's good. Till then, cheers.